Good evening, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing this evening? Uh, I'm just calling to let you know what's going on with. We started having technical difficulties with the connection with the Wi-Fi. Let me see some of the comments here. See if I can see them real quick. So if somebody has a message or something, I'll be able to respond to y'all. Yes, it went out, brother and sister. So I'm thinking it's been acting kind of weird all day. Of course, when you start going into the topic of the spiritual aspect of things, and we're going deep spiritually. Me and cousin Jesse are going deep spiritually because of certain things that we've witnessed within our bloodline and stuff like that. That there's other forces that try to interrupt when you're getting down to business spiritually. There's forces that try to interrupt. And I believe that's what happened, with their connection. You got interrupted because we're getting down to the things, spiritual things. So I decided to go live off my phone. Uh, the show must go on. So I've decided to do a live off my phone. So we got Brother Exuberance. Yes, there was interruption numerous times. So yeah, people are gonna, people are gonna try to stop the things that you're doing spiritually when you're trying to do something good. So yeah, you're gonna have all kinds of interference, especially when it comes down to the spiritual aspect of things. It happens. I've seen it happen, uh, whether it be at a house, when I was in the military with the equipment. Uh, I've seen it happen in many, many kinds of ways. Here, so when there's a magnetic interference in which a lot of things starts failing, and it becomes kind of like not just one thing failing, but a lot of things failing. You know, but it's part of the balance, brothers and sisters. Uh, that things happen in that nature, just like that just like that internet connection right now. And my phone keeps on dropping for some reason. I don't know why it's dropping, but let me see if I can fix this. There we go. Uh, yeah, I contacted cousin Jesse and I told him that the he said connection interrupted, that the internet gave out. But yes, we're getting a pretty deep topic that I've seen some of the people that were jumping in that they probably don't know what me and cousin Jesse were talking about. You know, in which they were having their own little conversations on there that they wouldn't know what we're talking about. The only one that knows what we're talking about literally would be me and him because it's a family thing, right? This happened within the family for years. So when we're trying to share our story, to try to get the people to have some kind of understanding what we're talking about. But then there's other people talking about other things, what they're going through. It's kind of like interrupting the show of what we're trying to talk about. That's why we always ask if anybody's got any questions. So we're talking about ask away, right? But I was paying attention to some of the comments that individuals saying on the side. I guess somebody, some of the I don't know if they were spelling it too fast, or I think there was somebody that said that their grandmother called them angel, or something like that, in which I know he was trying to say that he was an angel. He was, or that's a, that's a term that older people say, like they might call you their angel. They might call you their son, even though they're your grandmother or grandfather. I don't know what they were trying to get to or what they were trying to say, because I was trying to stick to what we were talking about. We're talking about spiritual battle. For those who are paying attention, we're talking about spiritual warfare within the bloodline, within which could be generational curses, because where people are dabbling in the dark arts, then you got people that are doing the good works, that do believe in Jesus Christ. So it becomes a division, right? And it becomes spiritual warfare within the family. And that's what me and cousin Jesse were trying to talk about. But like I said, when people come in and they start talking things that I don't even know what they're talking about. They're just throwing things out there in the blue, you know, that has nothing to do with what we're speaking about. It just makes it a little bit more complicated for me trying to look at the messages. Now the messages are a little bit smaller here on my phone, but I'm reading what here. But yeah, when people come in and they just start talking about something out of the blue that I don't understand what they're talking about because they're not making no sense to me. I just see it as that they're coming in disrupting the show, you know, because they're not asking a single question of what me and cousin Jesse were talking about. So I see that as a form of infiltration, where they're trying to come and interrupt the show because we are talking about something of importance. Like I said, for those that were tuning in, we're talking about division within the bloodline, where we've lost loved ones, aunts and uncles, because supposedly somebody within the bloodline is a some kind of sorcerer or something in this nature, that he's targeted people within the family, and we've lost a lot of aunts and uncles because of this individual. If y'all were paying attention, cousin Jesse was speaking about how his son looks older than he does. The son of the man looks older than he does. That he doesn't look like he's aging. He thinks that he's still in their life source. In order for him to remain young and to continue to look young, that still in the life source of he's still the life source of our aunts or uncles or aunts or or mothers. Uh, and now he's still in the life source, wants to steal the life source of the next of kin or even his own children. That's what we're talking about. So would that be like a form of a succubus? No, we're talking about life source. A succubus or incubus, or what kind of deal did it make, right? For him to be able to try that is doing that to our loved ones. Is he into witchcraft, into santanista? Is a santanista? What is he into? For those that were missing, and that's what we're talking about. We're really talking into some deep stuff that a random person coming in here start talking about something else, interrupting the show, will be clueless what we're talking about because they're not coming in here to listen to what we're saying. They're coming here to disrupt the show. So in saying that, for those people that are come here to disrupt the show, you can, I'll say it bluntly, you can fuck off. We don't need you here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters if you're not paying attention to what we're saying and you just come to interrupt the show. You can fuck off and stay where you're at. For those that come in and say that they try to catch our lives, that they're sorry for this and this and that, I don't want to hear that. I know where you're not catching their lives. I've been knowing. All I say is this: grab that corn in the cob, and shove it up where the sun don't shine. Because I know that's where you've been hanging out at. That's who you're affiliated with. So yes, I'm not surprised you come in here. That's all you do is come for a very little bit and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I ain't got the show," because you're hanging around with corn on the cob. Hang over there. And the guy that came in here, I believe that's what it was. Y'all came around the same time. So how about y'all grab a corn on the cob? Don't butter it up. I don't want you to butter her up at all. And go play with that corn on the cob. Y'all come in here disrespectfully. Just stay the hell out of my show, man. I don't need y'all here. That's all I'm saying. And y'all came in at the same time. So I know, I've been knowing about you, man. I've been knowing about you for a long time. How do I know about you? Because I seen you in his show one time talking crap. I seen you there. That you're affiliated with him. So don't come over here to my show talking about, oh, I'm sorry, I ain't cut the show. But then you bring the freaking pedophile into my freaking into my chat to come and interrupt the chat. Like I said, stay over there. You don't have to be over here, man. I don't want you over here. I'm glad when you don't show up that you're stuck somewhere else. But you want to come and interrupt my show when you bring in the idiot over here, uh, the jackass pedophile, and you come over here to disrupt my show. You know, it's all right. One day we'll meet. One day we're going to find out who you are. We're going to see what you're made out of. One day we will. I'm going to give y'all what y'all want. I'm going to handle y'all with the Love Foundation. By then it's too late. I don't want to talk to y'all no more. I don't want to get you to know you as a person. No, I just want to teach you a lesson in life. That's what I want to do. Teach you a lesson in life. But yeah, y'all came in the same time frame. I might be talking about something, but I was paying attention to the chat, and you know who you are, man. Well, why even say, "Oh, I'm sorry"? You always say the same thing. "Oh, I'm sorry, didn't catch the show." That's all you say, and you go. But you bring your corn on the cob friend over here. It's like I've been knowing you've been affiliated with this guy, man. Just stay out. Don't even come in here. I know who you are already too. But I'm just gonna leave that up to God. Uh, don't be driving your truck and trying to interrupt my live feed where you're on the road as a truck driver, because accidents do happen when you're texting and driving, not paying attention to the road. Well, I'm just being honest, man. I know who they are. I don't go bother your show, man. I don't give a damn about your show, what you do, how many people you freaking steal money from. I don't care about that. I'm doing my show peacefully, and you want to come and interrupt my live feed of what me and cousin Jesse was talking about. It's disrespectful. You're lucky you didn't interrupt it on the day of when I was honoring my mother, because that's an automatic ass whooping. So you're lucky that we are the 22nd. That's all I can tell you. You're lucky on that. That it's the 22nd right now. I'm just saying, I don't need anybody here if they're coming here with fake profiles, uh, come in here because they're infiltrating. I don't need y'all here, man. That's a God honest truth. I don't need no trolls or anybody infiltrate for anybody. I mean, I haven't been doing shows with brother Josh Turner, but that's what happens when you do have good content and you're reaching out to people in a positive way. The people are going to target you. That's the story of my life, but I'm still going to continue to do the works that I do, whether y'all like it or not. That's just the God honest truth. That is, like I said, one thing. I am me. I am being me here on Spiritually Encrypted Encounters. I'm not here with a fake profile. I'm not trying to play hide and go seek with somebody or trying to lure somebody in a negative way. You know, I do the good works here on Spiritually Encrypted Encounters. So you got shows where you got so many fake profiles that give you your views. Uh, the fake profiles that hit the button, but you really don't have that many views because it's all being falsified. Then you want to come in here, you got people infiltrating just to see what Brother Abe sees, so you try to steal contact. If I were to talk in Spanish and just make the show all in Spanish, y'all be shit out of luck because you wouldn't understand what we're saying, right? So you won't be able to steal people's content. That's what you're here for, trying to trying to find out what Brother Abe is talking about. What evidence have y'all gotten? The only evidence I got was a roach crawling on your windshield. That's all I ever seen. That's the only booger I seen. Was when the roach was climbing on your windshield. It was crawling on your windshield. But since you came to interrupt my show, shout out to shout out to Hunter and his mother for doing an awesome job raising him up as the much respects for her being a mother and father to him. Yeah, I have a lot of Palo Santos right here. uh, Luckily the show ended when it ended. But yeah, man, it's like, golly, this guy's coming in here. It's either the people that are affiliated with the elote guy, the guy that likes the corn with the whole leaves on and everything on it, with the husk on it, or you got the cult of the Old Testament from the LBL, Brokeback Mountain, coming in here infiltrating. You know, it's like, golly, can I do my show in peace without y'all coming in here talking all crazy? Yeah, the elote guy. You know, I'm a nice guy, but when you come in here and you start talking that you're not making no damn sense. I don't know if you were playing with a corn in the cob when you start typing that you're making no sense. I mean, what you went from your grandma calling you angel to devil? The reason she started calling you devil because you play with the corn? I don't know. That's what it felt like to me. I mean, I never seen this guy ever in the chat coming out of nowhere, you know, talking about they call him angel, which I think that would be corn on the cob, but now they call him devil because they call him the corn taker. Are you sure your name is not Malachi from Children of the Corn? That you're some kind of leader of the cult of the corn, like from Children of the Corn. That your master lives behind the grail. I'm just being honest, man. You know, I can't make fun of corn on the cob. I ain't made fun of this fool for a very long time, man, because I've been too busy doing my own thing, doing good real works. But yeah, I mean, golly, I don't know what these people's problems are. They can't. I don't follow them. I'm not subscribed to their channels. I don't get time to be listening to things that's irrelevant in my life. But I guess my content must be relevant if they come in here trolling me and come in trying to interrupt my show. It must be relevant in some kind of way that they feel threatened by my show when I'm just doing my thing. I'm just being honest, man. Yeah, I was just making this quick live video to say I was gonna call it a night, but I remembered the people that surfaced up at the end when my live feed was breaking up. You know, because I was doing the live through Restream. You're like, how are you gonna go into somebody's live and just start talking all kinds of crazy stuff on the chat when it has nothing to do with what we're talking about? Nothing to do what we're talking about. I don't know who your grandmother was. I mean, I know she called you angel and maybe she called you devil. I don't know. I don't even know what you're talking about. You're making no sense. Must have been on the crack. Corn crack? Is there something new over there in where you come from in your neck of the woods? Corn crack? That's what it sounded like. You was on some corn crack. Corn in the pipe? Was you on corn in the pipe? Because what you were saying in the comments wasn't making no dang sense. Was you on corn pipe? Yeah, corn cracked out. Corn crack. Because when you came with a fake profile trying to interrupt my live feed, you wasn't making no sense. Sounded like you was on crack. I'm just trying to be polite when I don't have to. Sounds you were on some crack corn. What's the name of the little corn candy? It's corn candy, right? You're on corn candy, corn crack candy. Sound like you on something, man. Because I'm trying to read the comments, and what you're saying doesn't make no damn sense. I mean, to my understanding, I don't know if your grandmother passed away or you're hallucinating. You've seen your grandmother. You're talking about your when you were a little kid. I was like, man, you're a grown ass man right now. You ain't a little kid. What the hell are you talking about? Get off that shit. Get off the pipe. Come in here interrupting my show. give me a link, and I'll send you another 20 so you can go get high again, so you can leave my show alone. How about that? Nah, I ain't going to give you a single penny to nothing. Hell no. Look, I'm gonna tempt you, corn succubus. That's what I'm gonna call you from now on, corn succubus. I'm gonna tempt you, man. Look, Abe Sai he's evil. He was tempting me with a joint. It's not a joint. It's an incense. See that? He got me smoking. Is the smoke tempting you? Corn on the cob, are you $20 short for the next high? Is the smoke tempting you, corn on the cob? Is it tempting you yet? Were you tempted? Were you tempted by the smoke, corn on the cob? That's what happens when you come and interrupt my life disrespectfully, man. Did you have a cornfield to go how should I say mess with? I mean, you could pretend to be a scarecrow, put some corn, and be out there in the field scaring the crows away. Don't be coming and interrupting my show, man, with your fake profiles, acting a fool. An old boy that drives a truck, like I said before, stop driving, and texting at the same time. It can cause an accident. Yeah, he's got a field to plow, all right. You know what? I'm gonna do you a favor, man. I heard you've been down low in your love life, so I'm gonna send a. I do know somebody I can send your way. I'm gonna send a huggable succubus your way. Uh, but where you going, man? You're gonna get all the love anyways. You're gonna be called all kinds of nicknames. Where you going? Yeah, they're gonna have all kinds of names for you. Where you going when the time comes? They've been here. They've been here. Just not as strong when we're doing Upper StreamYard because I have a lot of them blocked. So they have to use a different phone or different, whatever they're using to come in. And they went in there tonight. What I needed to do is block those. Next time they show up, I'm going to block them up on our StreamYard. Yeah, but my live stream, we was having connection, internet connections, so that's why the reason it stopped. But those are the guys that were showing up when it happened, so I guess everything happens for a reason. The When my connection got lost was right before they barely started showing up. But there was already showed up for a couple of minutes. That wasn't making no sense, but I was already having internet problems earlier, but it resurfaced up again. Let me put on my glasses so I can see this a little bit better without straining my eyes. Let me see. There's a glare off this light. But yeah, it happens. I think cousin Jesse's still here. I'm not sure. But all I was gonna do is jump on here and say that we're having internet problems, and I was gonna just leave it alone to tomorrow and call it a night. But I guess I had to say what I had to say. With this people they jumped in towards the end of the live. It's like, if you're gonna come up on, at least listen to what we're saying. If I mean I am here to help out people that have issues or they're going through something, but when you come into a live and you're not talking about anything we're speaking of or what the topic is, and you're just saying some crazy ass stuff out of the ordinary, to me, I just consider you a troll. So what was going to happen if the live feed would have cut? If the live feed would have not got disconnected, I was gonna, boot you out of the restream, and I would have booted you off of YouTube if you were on YouTube. That's what I was gonna do. So you lucky the live feed got interrupted, because you would have been in the block list for being a troll. Cosa primo. So that was going to happen eventually, right? So I said, okay, there's already acting up, saying something. So let me just tell them how it is here in Spiritual Regret Encounters. That's good. It's good that you're clean. But yeah, I was just addressing that. When people come into the lobby, they'll either say, "Oh, uh, I'm sorry, I didn't catch your live." They'll say that one comment and then they disappear. The reason they do that is because they're making fun of spiritual encrypted encounters. They say, I don't want to hear them say anything. If they have nothing to give to the show, you don't have to say nothing. Just say, don't even say nothing. If you just come in and say that and you leave, you need to say nothing. No, if you're not here, who cares? I don't care if you show up to my show or not. It's not like you're being irrelevant to the show. Right? But I already know where you're at. I've been knowing. I don't care. You want to go? You like corn with no butter? Hey, that's fine. Go to where the corn with no butter is. You can be there all you want to. I don't care. Just don't come up in here trying to make it seem that you missed a show, like you care, which you don't care because you're affiliated with the corn guy. Stay with the corn, and you know who I'm talking to. You're the only one person on the live feed that said sorry that you missed the show, because I know where you be at, hanging with your buddy. Playing pin the corn on the tail or something. No, so somebody that came in infiltrating towards the end of the show, cousin. We were talking in depth of what was going on with the family, somebody came in, they were interrupting the show by saying things that didn't make no damn sense because it sounded like to me like they were on something. It's kind of like they're coming in into the lobby. They don't say hi to nobody or anything, but the only thing they say is things that has nothing to do with what we're speaking about. So they come to interrupt the show on purpose. That's what they do. This corn the cob trolls or whatever kind of trolls they are, meth cob trolls or whatever you want to call them, crack trolls. That's what they do. Yeah, that's what they do. They got nothing else better to do. You figured, you figured that by now you'll have 2 or 3 jobs trying to work hard uh, to pay that child support, or since your your ex got custody of your son, that you be trying to do something in a positive way to make that money to pay for your child support to your ex-wife. I know you are trying to mess with brother Abe C as some spiritual encrypted encounters. You're in your butt buddies or corn the cup buddies, corn succubus, trying to come mess in my show. So I have to address the issue. Like, I don't care what you do with the corn, man. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to have no visual images. I don't want to see no pictures of you playing with your corn. Instead of playing with your corn, as much time as you got to play with the corn, how come you just don't find 2 or 3 jobs and pay child support for your son and stop begging for money, man? You know, do something for yourself for once. Do something for yourself for once. Not just for you. Don't think about just you. Think about your son. Provide for him. Stop begging people for money to take care of your responsibility because that's your job as a father, as a man. But no, you want to play with the corn. You got the corn cult. Elote succubus. The cult corn. Ask me the question what they always ask me. How's Josh Turner doing? I really haven't spoken to him because I've been too busy with my life, uh, going through the things that I'm going through. But as far as I know, he's doing good. He's doing his podcast, which is good. I've been going through my own things, but I'm still hanging in there. Uh, and yes, brother Justin is still my friend. Uh, and I'm doing my works. He's doing his show. I'm doing my own show. So we're still doing what we do. Sister Liz Delgado says, "Sucker free." I'm just saying, man. I'm not going to lie to you. I have seen something. If you think about Anunnaki, then you can't count out reptilian. Now that I've seen these reptilian creatures. I had an encounter with one in Elms Grove. It was in the form of a man, but when it was running behind me, I could see the pebbles fly. The way he was running was not like a man. It was more running like how a what do you call those Komodo dragon runs? But it was running like a Komodo dragon in the form of a man. Now, uh, when I seen it after certain events happened, where there was a time gap, where time was moving real slow, we see this translucent beings on the bridge going into the through the cars, where the cars are moving slow in slow motion. These translucent beings were flying through the people inside the vehicles, like as if they were draining their energy or feeding off their energy. The reptilian, when we crossed that bridge and everything went back to normal, uh, it's when I turned around and faced them. You know, all I knew that I asked him for a name. The only name he said was Indiana, but that's the only thing he said. So when I turned around, I said it was nice meeting you, and I shook his hand. His hand felt weird. I could feel like long fingers, like claws. So I started using my love foundation. As I start using my heavenly love foundation, the skin starts ripping from the face. You can see scales, and the forehead starts ripping. And as he looks at me, he smiles. You can see the sharp teeth. His eyes look different. And as I focus on the heavenly love foundation, the flesh started dematerializing. Like as the manifestation started breaking, that you could see more green on the face, and he pulled away from me because I was using my heavenly love foundation, and he just looked at me. He smiled again. He showed me all his teeth, and he looked up to the sky, looked down, turned around, and walked away from me. Now, was it a reptilian? Was it a shapeshifter skinwalker? Was it a watcher, a DDN, a demon? What was it? All I knew is when I maintained my heavenly love foundation and focused on the heavenly love foundation, it broke the manifestation. That's how great the power of the heavenly love foundation is. That it'll break the cloak of any manifestation spiritually. It will break the cloak. Let me read some of the comments here. So I seen it. Now, whatever it was, whatever category you want to put it on, there are many categories that you can place it under. And that's why I continue to follow Brother Josh Turner and believe when he speaks about the Anunnaki and the reptilian, because those are just manifestations of what I witnessed spiritually that the demons take. So they are called many different names in different cultures through different times and different centuries. It's about joining together as a group and coming to an understanding. Except when people say that they got a picture of a saber-toothed tiger, and the only thing you see is a picture of tall grass and there's no saber-toothed tiger, then you got to question that. Is that person really seeing a saber-toothed tiger? Is it the bondage that, or the stronghold that the demons have over him, that he's imagining a saber-toothed tiger? here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. We have a lot of evidence, a lot of things. Check out the short reels. That's all I can tell you. I've captured shadow figures. I've captured things that are moving at a high rate of speed and stop right in front of me, and then they continue to move. Some move as a wind, which when you talk about the wind, we can talk about the Wendigo, because they move that fast. And people say, "Oh, it's just a blur." How many? When have you heard people say it's just a blur? It's a if it's a blur, it's a Bigfoot. It's a blur. It's a dog man. Well, hello. What do demons carry with them? Magnetic energy. Magnetic energy to interrupt your connection can cause disturbance in which it can break your Wi-Fi connection. It could drain the battery out of your phone or your equipment. They have those capabilities. They move in spirit form so fast that it's going to look like a blur passing through your parallel vision. It's going to look in a blur on your equipment that you got recording. The reason it shows itself to you is because it's got to identify itself to you through spiritual law. Right? That's why it shows itself for those who pay attention. Like I've been paying attention. I lower down the speed when I see a blur in my video. I lower down the speed, and from it just being a blur, it becomes something else. Because it is something else that's moving at a high rate of speed, where you're able to see a figure or a form of how it looks. I'm just sharing my spiritual wisdom and knowledge and my how should I say, my tactfulness of the things that I do to be able to capture the images that I capture. Oh yeah, man. They cause a lot of glitching. You know, when they cause a lot of glitching, it's because there are many around you, and they're trying to block what they're really trying to do, how many they are. So when your phone or your equipment starts glitching real bad, a big magnetic disturbance, you better pay attention, and you gonna have to go into prayer, because if you don't go into prayer, they can attack you spiritually and drain your energy. So you have to go to into prayer to protect yourself spiritually. Your equipment is not acting up because it's acting up for no reason. It's acting up because it's literally spiritual attacks that they're trying to attack you. Luckily, the equipment that you might have in your hand is warning you, because it starts going off all crazy. That's letting you know that they're there. They're around you. They're the ones that is causing the disturbance. And if your equipment starts failing and the battery starts draining, it's because they're really trying to drain your energy. They're trying to attack you. That's why you have to pray before, during, and after. That's what I do. When things starts acting crazy, there's times that I could be doing a live and my phone just shuts off on me. And when I'm waiting for the connection to come back, that's when it picks up all around me. You could hear them, you could see them, but I can't record them because my phone is off. So what do? I go into prayer. I have to go into prayer to fight them spiritually, to protect the vessel, to protect my spirit. So when my life kicks back on, you could hear me saying, "Our Father who art in heaven," or I'm saying, "I tie, bind, and rebuke in Jesus Christ's name," when the life he gets back on. So you have to go into spiritual prayer, spiritual warfare. But that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to attack the vessel, trying to attack the host. And I'm sorry about earlier, brother and sisters. I was just saying what I had to say, you know. Like I said, I don't follow certain people's shows, you know. I'm too busy doing here spiritual encrypted encounters, and trying to create show reels and stuff like that. Uh, trying to continue to awaken my brother and sister spiritually. But yes, when there's magnetic interference or connection interruption, yeah, people could say, it's just the towers. Not, yeah, I can understand if it's the towers, but when your equipment is given out and you're out there in the field investigating and you lose a connection and you start hearing all kinds of disembodied voices, you start hearing all kinds of different animal sounds or different birds. Like there's a lot of birds around you. It's because that's what they are. They're mimicking. They're master mimickers. They can mimic different sounds. So that's when you go into prayer. You have to fight spiritually. Can't let them get power over you through fear, right? Or to whatever they're trying to do. You fight spiritually. That's what you're supposed to do. Fight spiritually and start heading your way out of that area. Yeah, that's what they are. Dark shadows. There's some that look like smoke. I think the one that I placed where there's one in the middle of the path looks like a white mist. It looks like there's like a face there in the white mist. I've got into cold spots and hot spots at nighttime. The last time that I went out there at night, there was too much activity that I followed my spiritual instincts and it was time for me to go. It was too much activity around me. Yeah, I'm doing this live off my cell phone because we had lost the connection to Restream earlier due to technical difficulties doing with the Wi-Fi, or was it the Wi-Fi? Would be the bigger question because we're getting in pretty deep on what we're speaking about. You know, sometimes certain things cause those kind of interruptions in that way. How you doing, Jaime? Cousin Jesse was here earlier with me, but we had technical difficulties with the Wi-Fi. So I was just supposed to do this live for about just to say that we're gonna redo tomorrow, but here I am still talking. It's supposed to be 15 minutes and we're at almost an hour. It's good when time flies that way, they're just talking away. So now the people that are trying to interrupt the live feed at the end, they're probably pissed off because I'm going to have all kinds of likes. And right now we have 38 viewers. If people are liking the content, hit the like button, yo. If we do shows here, is doing with the spiritual aspect of things in life. We talk about everything: spirits, ghosts, cryptids, aliens, you name it. But we talk about the spiritual aspect out of it. That's Ferratu, lycanthropes, uh, succubus, incubus. We ran into one called a huggable succubus. We run into a lot of strange characters here in spiritual cryptid encounters. And of course, we have open mic nights, for those who want to share a story that nobody's giving you the opportunity or the platform to share a story because they said your story wasn't good enough. Right? Hey, we're all ears here. Uh, any kind of story, except any stories that you're in a tunnel somewhere and that a demon raped you or something. We don't want to hear that kind of stuff. Uh, Somebody saying the demon raped me and I liked it. You know what I'm saying? We don't want to hear the crazy stuff like that. Just straight up stories, man. Feel like getting something off your chest, is a place to be. We normally have open mic nights like on Wednesdays and on Thursdays, but in all actuality, it can be an open mic night anytime here at Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Whenever somebody wants something to share, or you like the topic and you have a story to share, all you got to do is let us know in the chat, and we'll send you a link so you can be able to share your story. That simple. Cousin Jesse Carvajal is my right hand man. Uh, he's the one that's on the show with me, so we're gonna have numerous people talking within the show. Uh, that's for anybody that wants to share anything what they're going through, something that they've been through. That nobody wants to listen to you what to hey because they think you're crazy, or they don't have the time to listen to what you're saying. Well, here in Spiritual Encrypted Encounters, sharing is caring. And for those there's many here that we're like, you could say, spiritual family. We help out one another spiritually here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. You know, you get that when you listen to our shows, and you enjoy the ride of the show, and you're joking around in the comments, or we start joking around. You know, you get that vibe. But man, this is like family here. We got each other's backs, but we try to the best of we can do to keep it real, without all too much of the lights and all this stuff. We just share stories here. We've prayed for people here and gotten rid of negative attachments off of people, negative attachments of belongings that have a negative attachment. We got rid of a person that was going through some things, where he was being spiritually targeted through demons of pornography. And we've helped out all kinds of people here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. This is what we do. Yeah, the other screamers was, I mean, just put it this way. Even the rainbow community was coming up against us, where they're huggable succubus spirits. We don't want to hear about that, man. I don't care if the government of a couple of years ago uh, got you married through the courts. I don't care about that. All I know is what it says in the Bible when it comes down to that. And the faith for that is not good. No, it's never too late to ask God for forgiveness and repent for your sins. God is a forgiving God, and He loves you through a heavenly love foundation. Yeah, yeah. If I get a talking, I just talk away, man. Just go with the flow of things. This one thing in the army is, when all fails, just go with the flow. Just go with it. Just go with it and let your this when you train and you train and you train and you train, it just becomes first in nature. So you go with the flow of things, just like spiritually. You've been fighting spiritually all your life, becomes first in nature, becomes part of you. For those that train any kind like boxing, martial arts, all the training you do, it becomes first in nature. For those who have weapons, you go to the range and you hit the target and you become an expert, right? With a weapon because you train to become good. How you doing, Brother Joel? Thank you, Sister Yvette. Yeah, all I gotta say, brothers and sisters, is you are somebody. We're all children of God. We're all equal. Uh, I'm just here to try to help out as many people spiritually, as many people as I can spiritually. That's what we try to do here, spiritual equipped encounters, and of course through our experiences and the things that we've gone through. When it's real, it's felt here. It's felt in the heart because it's real. I don't have to read from a computer. I don't have to look at a piece of paper or anything like that. It's all out of wisdom and knowledge of my experiences of what I've been through in life. And that's for anybody that comes in here on this platform. They share their experiences of what they went through, so people can understand what they went through, and through that understanding, you gain wisdom and knowledge. So if you run into a situation of what somebody has been through, you know exactly what to do to overcome the situation. Yes, Brother Anderson, whenever you feel comfortable, man, just let me know. But right now I can't because I'm doing it off my phone. But whenever the Wi-Fi problem gets fixed, you know, I'm gonna be doing live every day this week. Yeah, can't be shy, man. I tell you, the hardest thing to anything is taking the first step. Once you do it the first time, then it's gonna get easier from there on, which is gonna become first nature. And maybe some of y'all do have the wisdom and knowledge to be able to do what I'm doing. Me, I just started doing it off of Facebook, making little videos in the groups that I created, and went from there to doing some podcasts. Then from the podcast, I started created this channel. But I've been doing works all my life since I was 3 years old till now. But once you just be you. No, you don't have to pretend to be somebody else. Just be you, and people will understand. They'll know. Just by being you and being genuine, they'll know that you're speaking in truth. Yes. But in saying that, I don't know what time it is. Well, I'm looking for my phone, and the phone is right here in front of me. It's 2:20. Well, it says 2:20 on my phone. I don't even know if that's the correct time. But if it is, then it's 2:20. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I just want to let you know that the live feed had gotten interrupted because we lost connection. So I was just doing, I was actually just doing the live feed for that, but we've been on for an hour and 5 minutes. But in saying that, I just want to say thank you to those that truly show up. and tune in to the show. Thank you. Thank you all for supporting us in that way, hitting the like buttons, uh, and jump in just to see what we're going to talk about. We do got something planned out for Friday. I think on Friday we're going to have a big show for Friday. If all goes well, I'll let you know what the show is going to be about. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I'm going to let y'all go. I'm going to give me a little bit of rest. Thank you, Brother Exuberance, to all the moderators, pop in here, to all the viewers. Uh, of course, Joel, I've seen the videos, the comments you've been sending me. One day I'll have you back on again. Once we solve this problem with the Wi-Fi, I'll have you back again to check up on of how your investigations are going on, the investigations of the structure you found in the woods, how that's going. But in saying that, brothers and sisters, I'll let y'all go. Like I said again, thank y'all for tuning in. God bless you and your families. Love, light, and blessings to every single one of y'all. In saying that, good night, buenas noches, peace out, everybody.